currently driving in the rain to Pate Swapmeet. We were supposed to deliver a sign, but he's not there because of brake issues or whatever else. But we're gonna go to Pate anyways, and then after that we got a car show, and before that we're gonna go do a little bit of a garage tour.
We're currently completely soaked, so what's a little bit more, right? It helps everything grow. So,
well, let's mosey on.
Away we go.
We made it to Pate, but unfortunately most people were closed up due to the rain or just not there. It is raining. It's been raining the whole time, so I'm not really shooting a whole bunch of footage, but we're actually going to take off. It's lightning and everything else. No sense in not being safe. Hey, I got wet, but I got clips. These are for the van, trim molding. So we're on our way to go do a little job for a buddy, but we're gonna show you guys his shop, which would be cool.
Yep, we're gonna swim there now.
Swim there. I'm really trying, if I can, to make things a little bit more interesting on the channel here and show you guys some of the awesome people that I get to meet and the cool stuff that they've got and all the hard work that goes into some of this stuff. Some stuff is just amazing skills and craftsmanship, and I think Buddy's got some cars that really show that off, so I'll show you. All right, so this is inside of Buddy's shop. We just want to see some of the cool stuff that he has. Buddy at the Lone Star Street Rod Association, working my booth there.
Yeah.
And he was parked across from me and over, and I was staring at this car the whole weekend. And whenever we leave car shows, I'm usually the last person to leave, but he's still over there, and they had a dead battery, so I went and got my truck and jumped him off.
Seriously dead. I mean, dead, gone, never coming back battery.
Yeah, so that's how me and Buddy met.
Yep. Yeah, you were my savior that day.
That's just car guys being car guys.
Yeah, and here's how it works. Back in 1927, Robert, ladies had these big skirts. And the lady would say, you can buy that car if you want to, but I want to drive it. Well, there was only one problem. She couldn't fit underneath the steering wheel. So, you know, as stories go, some guy, forget his name now, on his dining room table, figured this out. It's all mechanical. All you do is push this little button, and it slides down like this. And there you go. Would you believe that this apparatus that this guy invented is made out of aluminum?
Really?
Yeah. Now this is, I took it out and I had it chromed because I hate polishing aluminum.
Right.
Okay. I think the only thing I left was this button right here. Okay, and I had it chrome plated. But when I got it, what I did is I put a little notch in it so that if I'm driving, believe it or not, it's a little wide because that's what they did back in the day. I thought of somehow making it smaller, and my son again yelled at me and said, "No, you can't touch it."
Great.
Okay, and so what I did is I put a little notch in it so I can go up to there, and now I've got leg room. Now, needless to say, I'm not going to be able to go around a corner.
Right.
Okay. Well, maybe I could, but not very easily. Okay. I love it when I go to a car show, and I'll put it up like that because that's how you get out of the car. Okay. And I leave it like that at a car show, and I got to tell you, 20 times, somebody will come up and say, how do you drive that car with that steering wheel up there like that? No, well, you don't. You put it down here.
That is really cool.
And I tell them all the story, and they go, oh, well, look at that.
So what's the manufacturer on that?
Let me look.
Neville.
That's the guy. Neville.
That's really cool.
Yep, Detroit.
Yep. Neville.
I like the joints in the wood. Like,
yeah, isn't it incredible? Right. Look at the character on that. Look at this right here.
Yeah, the grain deviation.
Unbelievable, and it's not a straight cut. Nope. Notice it's a little angle. I don't know.
I like the mechanics of it. Did you see the back of it, Robert?
Here we go.
That's great.
That's it.
Got a little bit of video of this coming down on the lift here. But our friend Loki just striped this. Loki does incredible work if you guys aren't familiar with him. Does a lot of lowriders. And I think whenever he gets a hold of something that's not a lowrider, he brings something to the table that other people just aren't doing, and it's cool. And to me, it doesn't look lowrider. It looks Loki, and it looks like he did his spin on this. I think it's great. Buddy, do you mind telling us just a little bit about this one here?
Well, it's an 04, and I found it, and it's a common story, really. An older guy owned it. He had bought it brand new. He drove it for 10,000 miles, parked it in his garage, covered it, and sold it to me almost 20 years later. So we bought the car with just a little more than 10,000 miles on it, and we drove it down from Pennsylvania to Texas. When we got down here, I said to my son, I said, you know one thing we didn't think about? And he said, what's that? And I said, we just drove that SSR 1,400 miles on 20-year-old tires.
Oh, geez.
That probably wasn't very smart. Actually, it's I'm going to call it a custom color.
Okay.
It's based on a Honda Tangerine.
Boy, that interior is awesome.
And that's real Texas leather.
Oh, look at the dash.
I found a guy who does Bible covers and saddles.
That is cool.
He actually stitched that, and that leather goes all the way to the back.
Look at this. You can see on the door panel there. That's incredible. You told me before Tex McDermott was the one that striped this?
Tex did that, yeah.
He's not far from here, right?
No, he's in Sanger, Texas. And the reason it doesn't have skirts is I'm customizing new skirts.
Here, we'll come down
that
here
are
and
going
see
to go
Tex's
all the way
work.
down to the bottom and go all the way back. And it's going to be killer.
What air ride system did you go with?
I'm sorry?
What air ride system did you go with?
AccuAir. 66 Cadillac you almost had to. It's a rule, isn't it?
It looks great.
You have to do a shock relocation,
Yes.
so it does have shocks.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, we did that, all of that. Yeah.
I have found you. So you have the solenoid block, the manifold, or do you have separate solenoids?
Separate solenoids.
Okay.
A little
First
bit
time
more
in my life.
striping. Because that's what this channel's all about, right?
Yeah.
Boy, that looks cool.
That's an old Mr. Gasket air cleaner. Isn't that the coolest thing in the world?
It is neat. What motor's in this?
This is a 429 Cadillac. It's a Jasper remanufactured.
Check those out.
How do I get out of your way?
I'll chase you. Some airbrush work.
You see these rails?
Yes, sir.
These are Brazilian rosewood. Back in the day, I went down to Baltimore to the docks and I bought a plank of Brazilian rosewood. It cost me $1,300 for one board. And I gave it to a Mennonite and he actually carved these. All this wood is rosewood in this Cadillac.
Is that why we've got the roses?
There is, yeah, that's where it gets its name, the rose car. Roaster.
Ah. Did you tell me that you took this to the Roadster show? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just go ahead and unwrap it. What the heck?
I thought the unveiling would be kind of nice here.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get the fire.
Yeah, a
This
belt
is-
line with a buckle.
This has been sitting all winter long.
This is really
So
good
here's
work.
your, what do you call this? The summer first start. Now, this has Strombergs,
Oh,
and a lot of them, so it'll
a
fight.
little warning.
Come on.
It's not too bad for the first time of the year.
It hasn't started in quite some time.
I like that vacuum plate. That does so much in there.
Yeah, doesn't it? Notice the bullet?
Yeah.
This is the 6-shooter.
Okay.
Because we got 6 carburetors.
What are you doing, Jack?
Fixing broken stuff on the side of the
I
road.
think we got a little crispy critter right there. What I'd like to know is why is there a fusible link in there in the first place? But yeah, so at some point, like when we get to the fairgrounds, we should check all the grounds, because if that's running hot, it's not grounding properly. You know, this is a tradition that we should not continue to pursue, buddy.
Okay. It's fun.
It is. At least it's not snowing this time.
We're on its way.
But it always happens when we're in between
you guys
cities.
Okay, I'm fine. Yeah, I don't think we're near anything.
So would you say that you're a jack of all?
No. But I am definitely a master of none. Hopefully we don't burn it down.
We'll find out here real quick.
I tell you, I don't have a dome light. I ain't got nothing now.
Interesting. You know what? Would you like me to put the battery cable back on for you?
You know.
Yep. Okay. We're coming.
All right, exciting night last night. We got pulled over and we broke down, but we made it here. And truck should start rolling in. At least one. There's a couple others that are already here. All right, so we're in the O'Reilly's parking lot getting parts to fix our problem and met this guy.
Yeah, I was going to say again.
Again? What's your name?
Sheldon Harper, Ramble Park Garage.
Okay, and he's there on YouTube too, so I'll put a link down in the bottom of our deal, and
Okay, awesome.
here's his awesome truck. What happened?
I think I picked up some. I drove down from Kansas City, so I did about 10 hours of driving yesterday, and I picked up some trash, I think, out of the tank. This is my grandfather's truck. It sat for 40 years, and so I got it running last summer, and this is my first like kind of real long distance trip.
Carry a box of filters with you?
Yep. But it's been rock solid. It's a 235 from a 59. And when I got it running, I cleaned the points and it fired off. So engine's solid.
Quick spill, what's your channel about?
I go to car shows and I work on my own stuff. I've got a bunch of square bodies and G bodies.
Right on.
So
will we see you at the gathering?
if I have to, I'll walk over there.
There you go. Hey, call us if you need to. We'll come pick you up.
Oh, I appreciate that. Pull you over.
There you go. You got a tow strap?
I do have a tow strap. I came pretty prepared in the back. I got pretty much everything except, you always leave what you needed.
Do the quick walk around.
I got the good spare back here. Hey, that thing's been holding there for like 50 years, so it's...
Right. We just made the O'Reilly's run. Going to get some breakfast and then going to set up the booth. Hopefully not in the rain. Looks like we're setting up next to these guys. Might recognize them. All right. Here's Mike Pennell. What's your show?
The truck gathering.
What are you guys doing the raffle for?
We're doing a raffle for a whole bunch of little prizes for charity.
Which one?
I think it's the VFW.
Okay. And then the trucks for the fire department?
Do what?
The Blazer over there, that's separate?
That's their own deal. It's
Okay.
the fire department. They have to sell, the tickets are $100 a piece. They're only selling 1,000 of them. The drawing will be in 2 weeks. And
Okay.
they've only sold about half the tickets. Yep. So, but they're only going to sell up to 1,000.
Right
Our
on.
truck raffle ticket is, we're giving away that truck tomorrow. You have to come to the booth and pick up your ticket if you're already registered. If not, you can buy a ticket for $25 a piece or 5 for $100, or spend $100 at the merch booth and get a free ticket.
This video will end up coming out after that, but for next year, you guys going to do something similar?
Something similar, yeah.
There you go. Got to shut the background sound off here because of all of the music and stuff going on. Don't want to get flagged by YouTube for copyright stuff. This is all the stuff they have for auction. Not auction, raffle. Here's the raffle truck that the truck gathering did for this year that Mike was talking about there. They've gotten a lot of donations and stuff from people in building it. This is the fire department truck that was also for auction we talked about. And a little bit of footage here of the show. A little bit low on attendance because of the weather stuff, but doesn't get us down, especially at truck shows. Seems to be a common thing at truck shows. If the rain scares people off from getting pinstriping on the outside of their vehicles, they usually either bring me their tailgates or bring me their glove boxes. I think we did 3, maybe 4 glove boxes while we're at truck gathering here. This one was a memorial. It's kind of cool. We're out here at the cruise in. Guthrie's got a really cool little downtown, I think. Should have turned the camera around. So this is the first year that they've added the cruise night, and it's great. Like, I think this is a good addition to the show. Just kind of sit here, hang out with good people, and watch the trucks go by. You do get a lot of the normal traffic and stuff too. It'd be cool to have the road all to ourselves, but it is a town with businesses and stuff that are doing their things. It's kind of hard to just shut that down. Of course, I got to get some of the mini truck action here. Another addition to this year was a cooking contest that went all night. There's a lot going on here. Welcome to the truck gathering 2025. This is why you guys aren't seeing a whole lot of pinstriping action on this video. If you've been to a lot of events, you realize that weather is just part of it. But I do like rain or shine events because the party still goes on even if the weather's being a damper. The original intent on my ceiling here was to put all the stickers from vending at shows. I've started adding my buddy's stickers too, but that's why I've kept this side blank. And there we go. Truck Gathering 2025. We've left the car show, obviously, went and got some dinner, and the guy I did some work for last year, wanted to do just a little bit more work for him, and he's letting us stay here on his property tonight, so we've driven over here, adding some work to this fine automobile. This thing's cool. Actually, morning, just woke up, drew and stuff last night until we were just too tired. After working a show for a couple days, it got a lot earlier, but going ahead and getting started this morning, try and knock this out and head on down the road. Hopefully we can make it to one other stop that we want. So this is the first time that Robert and I have collaborated on a vehicle. It's actually kind of fun. Game plan really was just to play to each of our own strengths. I jumped on lettering, do a lot of truck doors and stuff. Kind of my comfort zone. So while I was working on that and knocking that out, he's working on the pinstriping. You need to go over to Corso Built here on YouTube and check out his video on this whole trip and get it from a totally different perspective. To me, it's kind of cool doing these trips together. Both of us having YouTube channels, because you can go back and watch one and we both pull out totally different things, complete different vibe. for what the trip was all about. If you didn't catch it earlier in the year, we went out to California to Pomona for the Grand National Roadster Show and did multiple videos on that trip. Had a lot of fun, did a lot of work, met a lot of cool people, kind of like this trip. I guess you'd say this is our road trip part 2 in a way. And we get along really good on these trips, so we're going to be doing more of these. We've already got some more in the works planned and kind of enjoy it. Alright, here's your final reveal. Got our doors. Faded a little bit on this belt line that we did in spots that should be, right, around the door handle. Near the battery. Did this little job for another one he's building. Oh, Mr. Corsair there. Took care of Corso. Why did I say Corsair? Corso the Corsair. Took care of our stripe work for us. And on our headlight buckets. Got some Cummins action. Carried that green theme into the badge here. I think those doors complete the look here. I'd say we just pulled up, but we've actually been sitting here talking. Already gotten the tour, but I wanted to show you guys. Dusty here's got a cool place. Where are we at?
Welcome to Canopy. This is Canopy in the Plaza District, Oklahoma City.
I will have to show you guys the district here. This is way cool place.
So there's 5 artists in this space. This is a 1930s gas station. Like I said, we're in the Plaza District, Oklahoma City. We just moved into this space in October, and there's 5 artists total. Carlos Barbosa, Tony Thunder, Dylan Bradway, Maeve Wise, and myself, Dusty Gilpin. Yep, everybody's got their own space. Each room is about 300 square feet. This is Carlos Barbosa, as you can see. He's a muralist, does a lot of portraiture, a lot of stuff in Oklahoma City. He's from Yukon.
Very cool.
Yep, masterful portrait painter. A lot of his work is actually in a gallery right now, so he doesn't have much.
Here in Oklahoma?
Yeah, JRB Gallery in the Paseo, which is just right down the street.
Hope he doesn't mind us showing what he's working on.
No.
Here.
Paseo.
All right, and whose space is this one?
This is Tony Thunder. He's our resident skateboarder. And
a name
man.
like Tony Thunder, you definitely need a David Bowie poster on your wall.
He's a Bowie fan for sure. Yeah. Graphic designer, muralist as well.
So these are all his.
A majority of the stuff is his
Very
work.
cool.
Yep.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of comic book inspired work. A lot of punk rock inspired stuff.
And a lot of David Bowie.
A lot of Bowie.
Very cool.
These are all prints by Tony.
So is this area here open then? Like people can come in and buy stuff like a gallery
yeah.
then?
I mean, we're kind of like by appointment only. We don't have hours, but people, if they're wanting to meet with their artists, they can come through here. We're in here almost every day unless we're on site. So,
That's
the
life.
Yeah. Back
Cool
here,
sign here.
Yeah, that's a great old sign from a garage that was just down the street.
Very cool.
This is Dylan Bradway and Maeve Wise. They share this little corner
I
back
believe
here.
I follow at least one of them.
Yeah, probably. Dylan's a part of the Plaza Walls group. He helped found that, and that's like all the mural project that's right down the street where the alley is, where they rotate 50 murals every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
So I've seen a little bit of that from what you've posted and all. Is that they rotate them just on an annual basis, like an event for it, or
Yep.
is there more going on throughout the year?
Plaza Walls Expo coincides with the Plaza District Festival, which is just a arts festival here. The Plaza Walls, they repaint all 50 during that event, and then once a year they have a smaller event called the Milk Crate Jam. That's more of like a graffiti style thing, and so they replace about half of them during that event.
When's the other one at? What time of year?
September. Into
I might
September.
need to come up and
Yes,
check that
absolutely,
out.
absolutely. And that's local and international artists. Where they fly people in.
Very cool.
Yeah, like this west or east wall of our building is part of that project. So
Go check it out.
yeah.
Cool stuff. And then who do we got down here?
This is my little shop here. Yeah, this is some Dylan Bradway stuff. Mine's definitely more of a workshop, a little bit less vibe.
I don't know,
More of
man.
a
This is
cluttered
my
chaos.
vibe.
Yeah, there's a bunch of old signs and,
It's more organized and less cluttered than mine.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
I know where everything is, but, But,
I moved from a 40 by 40 shop in November into my garage. So
yeah.
this is cool.
But yeah.
This is just fun.
Yeah, so I sold Montana paint for
Right on.
a long, long time. So whenever I had a retail store, that was just the display from the retail store. And I
Very
moved
cool.
out and took it with me.
So what do you do?
What do? I just general tomfoolery, shenanigans, full-time chump.
AKA sign painter.
Yeah, sign painting, and I paint a lot of automotive stuff. Lots of like these cars out here
Yeah.
are my work.
Which you guys can probably know each other.
Yeah, there you go. Those are mine. This is Dylan. These are Tony, Dylan, Tony. But yeah, I like the car portraits.
I actually really want to get a love.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, that would be a great little sign truck, right?
Yeah. I've come to a thing lately, man. If I can find a way to like introduce other people to other artists and stuff, why not?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's two artists. Bert and then Gus Cuddy. And then this guy got his woes. Her name's Miko.
So you were saying this is Carlos Barbosa?
Yep, that's Carlos.
I've seen this one.
And so these were just
Or
painted in
pictures.
September, last September.
Very cool. So this wraps around?
It keeps going, yep. And the actual Plaza Walls gallery is down here as well.
Very cool. Who's this to the left?
This, off the top of my head, I'm not 100%. There's talking because a lot of these again are like traveling artists.
Gotcha.
So they're from out of town. Maeve, she's in my shop. This is Dylan's girlfriend. Yeah, Maeve makes magic up
I think I
there.
might follow her too.
This one they just kind of rotate, like monthly. That's where my old shop used to be.
Texas really that's... Well, I know like Deep Ellum
Yeah.
has their deal. There was something in Austin, but I heard they closed it down and
The castle. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I heard that.
they were supposed to open another one. I don't know if they did.
You know what? Oh man, I would get so mad. There is a tree down here that somebody painted on. I'm like, come on. I'm like, not the trees.
I thought it was funny when we went to Cadillac Ranch how many people have spray painted the road going in.
Oh yeah. I've never been out there either.
Definitely a short lifespan from whatever you paint up there.
Yeah.
For sure. Like hours. Probably.
What a beauty.
Yeah. Looks like this used to look like that. Cool. What year?
This is 1991.
91.
Also,
Yeah. Same motor.
Yep. 220, 307.
We established we have different headlights, and he's got the cool side markers. But
Oh, yeah. I like the dark.
those are cool. Cool.
We'll show you the minivan.
Do you like the side pipes? Because I'm on the fence.
Well, I burned both my legs many times.
Right.
It's like pipes, but I wrapped them, and so they're safer now.
Where I'm mostly on the fence about it is I drive cross country all the time and stuff, and I wonder about like drone,
Oh,
like driving down the road.
Oh, well, I have like no interior, so it's very
Yeah.
easy.
And that thing's soundproof almost now.
That one?
I've insulated the heck out of it. So
I've been diagnosing some engine problems, so I'm driving with the doghouse off for like a week or so.
oh geez, van and minivan.
Van and minivan.
This is great.
Yeah, next time you come out here, you can put some stripes on the
Heck yeah.
on the minivan or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been driving with the doghouse.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little hot.
So yeah, who cares about drone, right? Your roof might be cooler than mine.
It's all warped, I think, because the weather is
Yeah.
all humid.
I figured when that one gets covered in stickers, it's time to put another one up and do it again. Very cool. I guess we'll let you go.
Yeah, nice to see you guys. Thanks
Yeah,
for
man.
coming through.
All right, we're back on the road. Man, Canopy at the Plaza District was awesome. Great little bitty neighborhood there. It's only like 2 blocks.
2 blocks. That is correct.
2 blocks long. Totally worth the visit. Awesome murals and stuff. Dusty, super cool guy. Love the galleries there, or studios. And this is going to be our outro on our way home. Tired. I'm letting Mr. Corso here drive the Vanilla Gorilla, and I'm going to take a nap. So if y'all like this, please hit like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, please. I know I ask all the time, but I like the feedback. I like to know what it is that y'all like about the videos, don't like about the videos, want to see more of, want to see that I haven't done. I don't know. Got my pillow, and I'm out of here. Click on one of the 2 videos that pops up, and see y'all later.